what's happening. I'm trying to be more consistent with the videos. I have 2 other videos. One is an open free ramble. One's more of a collective thought on the process of energy pulling and energy trading. It's a mysterious thing. This video is also probably a continuation of it. And it remains a mysterious thing because you can't fight what you don't know exists. Hold on just a second. Alright. Yeah, like I was saying. Energy stealing, energy manipulation exists. But it exists in a manner where you're not aware that it's happening. You're not even aware of it for the most part. Because if you were, you'd be able to fight it. And it wouldn't be as effective. And it wouldn't be a good weapon any longer. And that is the main weapon of the devil, of people that are against you. Witches, of demons. I don't know, of wicked people. Energy manipulation is the #1 game. I've noticed this. And it's not just with people, it's a whole conglomerate of things that manipulate your energy. It's a large list, by the way. Very large. It's so large, I haven't even completely identified the list of things. Like, and I think this happens the more you start unveiling the matrix in itself. Like, the more powerful you become, the harder they use their last few weapons on you. It's really weird to me. But here's the breakdown, for example, and it starts immediately. Every single day, it's on your ass. Before, like, even before you get to say a prayer, if you're like me, like, even before you open your eyes, it's on you. Even in your dreams, it's on you. It's constantly on you. And it may sound like a demon, and there are demons literally everywhere and influenced by others, but it's a multitude of things. Like, okay, so pray, wake up, brush up, look outside after I check the truck and trucker in front, just the most hindering thing immediately. This happened yesterday too, which I'll post that video as well. It's early morning. Like, you have the positive right attitude. The matrix will try to shift your attitude away from the positive thinking, the positive energy, the positive influence. Your frequency is what controls your reality. They want to control your frequency. They control the energy. Like, you become tired when you slept all day. That's something draining you. You become tired and say your boss is mad because you're tired, even though he's also not only physically putting you in a situation where you have to act home time, you're going to be tired, but he's spiritually feeding off of you. And there's probably multitudes of people feeding off of you spiritually. The reason probably why most of our phones aren't monitored. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. This is actual fact. This is based off of Edward Snowden literally saying we were being monitored, and now they're discovering AI is doing it too. So yeah, most of us are being monitored 24/7. I was wondering why I get a brand new phone and the battery would die like crazy, and I'm not using it for anything else. Just let it sit there. Like, I can charge it and have all apps closed, and it'll lose 20-30% like in a few minutes. It's neither here or there. And it's even when it was a brand new phone. But that draining energy not only comes from, like, it's the evil eye, even digitally. You have the people with wicked intent observing you, not only digitally, but in person, next to you, driving. If you come with a positive energy that negates their negative energy that they're trying to place on you, they're angry. They're super angry. That's the wording I was looking for yesterday. They're like really hateful. Like, the mission that they came to accomplish has just been stopped out. And there's a lot of them on weird ass missions. Like, for example, there's this truck that just passed me right now. You can't see it, it's out of the camera view. I'm in the right lane. He got in the right lane to get in front of me. And regardless, there's another truck in front of him slowing him down. And he was okay with being slow as long as he was slowing me down. That's why you probably heard a beep within the video. So I get in the other lane to prevent messing up the video. And just to pass the bullshit, he gets in the other lane just to pass the other guy, but still driving slow enough to keep me hindered and control my shit. This is a common, hold on, sorry, I don't want to spit loogies on camera, but I'm clearing out the whole sinuses and waking up and whatnot. But this is a common thing, not just amongst truckers, which is very common amongst truckers if you're a trucker, but it's common amongst people. Many people are inflicted with these not only spiritually draining spirits, inflicted with people that are inflicted with these spiritually draining spirits, inflicted with these technologies, inflicted with the food that we eat, inflicted, like, they're inflicted with a lot of things, and they do zero things to counteract said inflictions. And the thing is, I would like to say they're not aware of it, but I don't think they're conscious at all. It's beyond aware. Like, you think you're interacting, if you're a spirited person watching this video, you think, even if you're partially conscious, like and I'll give you a breakdown on how to test yourself continuously. They think they're conscious until they're presented with truth. Like, irrefutable truth that you can't stop, you can't lie. You show truth like, hey, why are you driving slow? When you're below the speed limit, you have free space, no, I'm gonna speed up. Why are you being weird? Until a group of people seeing that person being weird, that person won't stop being weird. Like, it's weird spiritually speaking, because as soon as I said that, the trucks that were doing that turtle race thing, they all just stopped right now. Like, it's like we're spiritually being monitored amongst many other ways of being monitored as a whole. And when you call out people for the weird shit that they're doing, like, say someone's doing some kind of secret weird energy ritual and you even remotely call it out, it stops like that. Those things are bots. They're not actual people in a sense, because they're not conscious at all whatsoever. They don't make judgment calls on the actions that they do. They don't know why they do most of the things that they do. They don't contemplate why. Like, yes, this can even apply to racism. Like, why do you hate them? You don't know this person. You don't give a fuck about them. You don't even give a fuck about your own self, let alone your own family that look just like you. Why would you give a fuck about another person, whether it be their skin or not, whether it be their status or not, their money or not, whatever the fuck or not? You don't really give a fuck. Like, the average person doesn't even give a fuck about themselves enough to even understand what I'm saying. So, where is your hatred coming from? Because it's obviously not you. You're not even conscious or self-reflective enough to make such emotional calls. Something else is inside you making this call. And I've noticed this young, and that's probably why I get the bulk of the ass when spiritually speaking. I've always like, you don't think for yourself. You're not thinking for yourself. Like, why do you go to church? That's what parents said. That's everybody that. Oh, for forgiveness. Have you made a change? Have you self-reflected? I'm a growing child. I'm growing and learning. Are you growing and learning still? Oh, when you get older, you don't grow and learn. You just ask for forgiveness. Why are you asking forgiveness for something that's never going to change? Well, we just gotta. Oh, and then I go there, and then you don't really learn anything from the Bible. So you don't really adhere to the Bible or its creator. You just want to be seen. But you're not really seen because you're not really you. You don't have your own opinions. You don't have your own thoughts. You don't know why you make the thoughts you make. There's nothing of you that's actually seen. you are not you whatsoever. So whatever you're attempting to do, whether good or bad, you're incompetent. And like, you're futile in all of your ways, which is a double-minded man is basically, which is from the Bible, is lost in all his ways. He's not good. He's good for nothing. If you're lukewarm, you're going to be spit out by God. But that's most people. And now that's one way to detect. Why are you doing things? What's your purpose on doing things? What's the end goal? Yes, life in itself is vanity. But what is your end goal on any one of your actions? That's how to tell if you've gone into bot mode or not. Now, if you're being attacked energy-wise or not, what is this? There's no such thing as magical coincidences. In this world where these archons are feeding off of everybody and turning this energy into a weapon against us, when you're trying to accomplish something positive, do you have the same amount? Like, coincidence, everything is balanced in the universe, in this world, in all of existence. There's no such thing as unbalanced except for the demons and the wicked spirits and the people that are wicked and that are ass puppets for these archons and demons and the matrix control systems. So that's the only thing that's in effect right now that's unbalanced, are those entities and those things that are controlled by Satan. So this is how you know what's from them. If you have coincidences that are even 51% happening more than negatively than 50% or 49% positive, there's an unbalance, and then that's not right. That's not normal. Same if, like, you have a negative friend, family, you have a negative job situation. Like, for example, if a problem happens, you get reprimanded hard. But if a problem happens on their end, it's overlooked, underlooked. I'll give you a real example. Like, recovering from a crazy monster flu, needed rest and shit. Haven't had home time since 2024 in December probably. And that's just because it just wasn't in their favor. And I get the crazy reprimandation. But when the truck messes up electronically and it dies while going up on a hill, and it dies multiple times, then it's like, oh, well, shit, I don't know. It's going to be costly to fix, and I don't know what it is. And yes, you're risking yourself and your life and other people's lives. But it's what, and so it's a bigger problem with zero recommendation. And I'm not getting it personal. I'm using this as a prime example. Then there's a spiritual aspect to it that's deeper than what you see. You say, oh, it's just about money. For the lower level 3-dimensional existers, yes. But for persons, for people, for spirits that exist way above three dimensions, and for the ones that still haven't discovered, for the ones that exist way above 3rd dimension living, no, it is not money. Trust me, it's not. It's a spirit, it's an energy control of you, it's a spiritual thing of you. It's, if you don't give them that energy within that moment, if you can refrain from giving people the energy, negative energy that they want in the moment, watch how they shift to you, even ever so slightly. They change.
Road construction ahead, drive with caution.
Anyways, they change when you change. And only then. That's another person, that's another way to test if you're doing right and if you're surrounded by bots. Well, 2, you're always surrounded by bots. Always. Or at least, especially if you're me, if anywhere near that energy level. The higher your energy level, the more bots you'll be surrounded by. The more demon ass puppets, whatever you want to call it. But to know the game. The name of the game is you staying on point. The more things and people change, the more you're on point. If a person's, because we're all fucked up. We're all stupid to certain degrees, and we're all fucked up to certain degrees, and we're all fucking up and doing stupid shit to certain degrees. On a spiritual level, half of it is because not our fault, but we were trained to basically be spiritual food. If you are in a fucked up situation, you're prime steak for these spiritual monsters. Like, if you need coping mechanisms because your life sucks, guess who peddles that? If you're drained, you have to lean on other people and things. I'm not drained anymore because energetically when I'm speaking about this, it fixes it, but to escape. And that's the thing of habits. This is also what I'm saying on, even though you can be flawed on certain things, you have to fight to change certain situations so their powers dwindle and eventually fall off. If you don't use it, you lose it. So, if, there you go, I'm getting all these notifications and random shits that are distracting. If you stay, let me digress to it. If you stay in that positive energy long enough, situations will shift. Things that you're aiming for positively will shift. You have to have positive thought. You have to have hope. You have to have faith. You can't have a deferred dream for too long. You have to formulate a dream. You have to seek to God to find your purpose in your dream, even in the world of vanity, which life is vanity. Seek Solomon's kingdom of wisdom for that little gem. But you'll find that purpose. You'll find that gem. And the gem, the real purpose is to balance the scales at the end of the day. Spiritually speaking, mentally speaking, physically speaking, is to balance the scales. That's all of our purposes. Like, no matter what area you're in, I'm pretty sure, until things are seen from a level ground in proper proportion. But not here for all that right now. I'm here for one-on-one, real nigga talk. Person to person, spirit to spirit, chest to chest. You know what I'm talking about? So dig it. If you stay in that positive area, you get pushback from people, a lot of people that you won't expect it. Even ones that they like, man, this is a cool ass nigga. Man, that's a cool ass bitch. That's my down person. And then you realize, oh shit. I started switching up my inner self. Nothing to do with anybody else. An average person cannot detect the changes that I have made. There has to be something different inside you to see this, to see what's changing inside of me. And you change simultaneously for something that is invisible to the fleshly eye. That's weird. But I'm okay with weird, because my whole life has been weird. But still, it's abnormal, because you claim to be one thing and you're another. But that's what detachment's about. It's a lot of valuable lessons that you'll learn as you progress, if you seek to progress spiritually. But you can't be attached to creatures that are attached to the lower realms and can't pass certain levels. Like, they can't get past pride and competition and anger and possession and greed. You can't elevate with these people. You won't elevate with these people. With anger, with hatred, you're not gonna elevate with these people. Like, I notice the most interruptions I get is when I get to a certain spiritual frequency where, like, say I'm in a meditative state, I'm not only in remembrance of spiritual laws, biblical laws, and sequential laws of life. Like, okay, I'm not attached. Hold on. You got a guy coming in front all of a sudden and slamming on brakes. Like I was saying though, the closer I get to it, the crazier things get. I'm gonna slow down, really, so they have no excuse, even though they'll do it again. This is just the energy control thing. This is also, detachment is one of your biggest lessons. Biggest lessons. Like, the outer world, for the most part, is non-existent. So I'm gonna say some real trippy ass shit. I know, my niggas, I'm sorry, and the video's getting long, so I'm trying to wrap it up for this one. For the most part, the outer world is non-existent. It's quite reactive to spirited beings, strong spirited beings. It's super reactive. Like, I can change the inner me and everything around me shifts. Everything. Like, physical, people, groups, everything. The way my life has been currently going financially, it can, like, things that used to make sense will stop making sense immediately. The rules of reality will literally bend itself around me. All of it, even elements. I've seen every one of these things I've talked about. Now, talking about it, they don't give a fuck about you talking about it. Whoever they are, it's kind of weird. You have to get to this level to understand what I'm saying. But they don't give a fuck about you talking about it. But when you're detached, when you're in a meditative state, when you're not only in remembrance of all the valuable laws, but also continuously applying them. Detachment is just one of the lower ones. But the law of positivity, what you think is what you create, I can keep on going. But when they're in a conjunction and you're just living in the right balance of what you're supposed to be living, that's when you'll get just constant. And I've always been on this level. The highest point and for the longest period is probably in high school. But they found ways, they formulate ways to stay in your face. Like, you will have the most amount of friends the higher your frequency is, because one, you're a great feeding tool at that point. Your energy is primed for use and stealing. And it's moldable because you're unaware. And, well, two, you're unaware. And that's just prime time. You're prime for it. And I was unaware at that age, like, of what's going on and why do I have so much circling around. And only a few niggas told me, he's like, yeah, these niggas are just feeding. Like, I didn't understand. I don't think he understood completely either, but he felt it. He's like, there's a homeboy of mine, an actual real nigga, and he knew I was a real nigga. Like, real niggas understand who real niggas are, and they understand the realness in each other and other people. And we're like, there's not a lot of us out here. Like, a real nigga doesn't change because he's being massively judged, or they're trying to shame him into compliance, or he doesn't shift. Like, if I fuck with you, even if the whole world doesn't fuck with you, I fuck with you. I got your back, even if the whole world's against you. I'm your nigga. There's a real nigga, like, I'll tell you the truth when everyone lies to you. I'll do all, that's real nigga definition. But, and I've met, funny enough, I've only had two people that, even on a spiritual level, have been a real nigga and giving hints to the swathed matrix behind the veil. I can only speak for myself what people are and what things are and the whole situation. So I can't say, hey, he's going through the same awakening, or she, the woman that was going through this. I can't say because I don't know. The fact that you can clearly see how wicked people are from a young age, and I couldn't, like, well, that and because I've had enemies from birth within my own family that strategically made it to where like not only they can feed off me, but other people in similar likeness of them can feed off of me. And there's many people that are like them. So they intentionally try to spiritually and physically blind me to realities. That's one thing. And most people fear these creatures when all you gotta do is just realize how they get down. But so I can't really make the final judgment call, but they want, to sum it up, they want you focused on any and all of that instead of detachment from them. Instead of spiritually focusing yourself in the right bubble. Instead of being at peace. Instead of removing your attention from outside confusion, which will amplify, especially the more you grow away from it. You stick to your spiritual inner growth and your controlling inner, and you remove the energy that they have stolen from you. That's the area they want you fighting. You don't have to fight for what's yours. If the energy is yours, you don't have to fight for it. Just stop giving it to them. Anyways, it's been long enough. Like and subscribe.